Friday fun. That time of the week again, it's amazing that it's rolled around so quickly. I feel like I just got off the boat from the trip. Was home for about a week, and our moderator Hannah is with us this morning. She's upstairs in her isolation room. I had to come down earlier than planned to relieve her from her serving duties with my mother-in-law because she came down pretty sick. So thank you guys for those of you who knew about this, for your prayers for Hannah. She is getting better. She just can't talk. So anyway, thank you, Hannah, for being here with us. I wasn't going to have her serve us this morning by being our moderator, but she heroically wants to help and she's feeling up to it. So that's a great sign. So thank you, Hannah. Well, let me go ahead and say hey to some of you guys in the chat. I don't have a lot of things on my list today, so I really want to focus on you guys more than I did last week. Last week I kind of had such an agenda to blow through. I didn't get a chance to interact as much as I would like. So let me go ahead and check in with you guys. We have Sandra Clausen from Beaufort, Nancy. We have Brat's mom from cold and snowy southwest Chicago suburbs. My goodness. And she said, don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you guys for doing that. And we have Wanda Gordon from Bahama, North Carolina. Hi, neighbor, just up the road from me. And she's like praying that everyone getting snow up north will be safe and warm. I agree. And Alana, and we have Sue Ann in the chat from Western New York. She said, well, they got an additional 4 feet of snow overnight and it's still coming down. Oh my goodness. Been there, done that before in Maryland, but I hope everything goes okay with you, Sue. I mean, I feel like the previous years we've gotten off really easy as far as the snow goes, but maybe this is the year we make up for it. But do stay safe and hope your power stays on. And let's see. Oh my goodness, we're already getting who is this? Thank you, Terry Archernace. Um, you're so sweet, Terry. Thank you. Let me go ahead and how do I'm using the different. There we go. Let me go ahead and add that to our list. You bumped this up. Let me add it now because otherwise I will forget that you've brought us up to $50. Thank you for Rancho 3M for our next donation. And once we hit 100, I'm probably going to give you some Christmas carols on the flute instead of the guitar. I'm going to be in South Carolina probably until early 2023, just after New Year's. So, and that's what I brought with me. So I'm looking forward to that and looking forward to a warm season here. Let's see. But thank you so much, Terry, for your kindness. You're always so sweet. Let's see. And Alana says it's cold in Tennessee. Ooh. Wanda's hoping your power stays on too. And Sue Ann says the winds are picking up. I think loss of power is inevitable. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay, I just got a bunch of I'm gonna try to stay with all these comments today. I'm gonna do my very best. You guys are my priority today. We have Love to Craft. Hello to you too. And Jean France says it's good snowy morning. Oh my goodness. And Tracy Hamilton's in the chat from very cold Oklahoma. Says feeling fortunate to be south of the snowstorms. Whew. And Wanda's wishing everybody blessed Thanksgiving. Yes, let me start off by saying that. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. To be honest with you, I wanted to have my top 10 thankfulness list ready to go, but things have just been a little nuts this week, and coming down early. It's not your fault, Hannah. But just traveling about 4 days before I thought I needed to, I had to throw things together. So I really haven't had time to think through even preparing my heart for the holidays. But thankfully, God's helping me to do that by helping me to be thankful. And I will say one thing about Thanksgiving. I am thankful that if we are going to have a family illness, like we're dealing with now, that it didn't happen while I was out of the country. So I'm just so thankful to the Lord that my husband and I were able to have that vacation that was put on hold for 2 years without interruption, and we're able to come home and kind of get back in the swing, even if it was just for about 8 or 9 days. But anyway, ready to move forward, looking towards Thanksgiving and eventually Christmas, and we have Hanukkah coming up on the 18th of December, so a lot of holidays right around the corner. Um, we have Maria from Thessaloniki or Thessalonica, I don't know how you pronounce it, um, in Greece. Oh my goodness, Maria, you have a beautiful country, and I want to see so much more of it. I would love to go. We were south of where you are, but I would love to see more of your country. You have amazing food there, my friend. Oh my goodness, I need to spend a month there just to try out all the food. Um, and the hospitality in Greece was overwhelmingly wonderful. And yeah, Hannah says it's in the 50s here. It got down to 29 last night, so we actually had a freeze. Had to bring the ferns in for my mom, and so we have a Wanda Gordon. So glad that, well, I guess I saw you in the chat earlier, but thanks for encouraging Hannah there. Um, Julie says it's windy and cold in Kentucky, but no snow other than flurries. My mother-in-law says we had a southern snow last night, which basically means we had frost on everything. Oh, thank you, Gail. Oh my goodness, thank you so much for your kind donation. Um, that brings us up to 55. Thank you so very much. Um, and again, I'll mention, just for those of you who are new to the chat, I don't solicit the super chat thing or whatever, but if you do decide to give, it actually goes to our to some charities for this current month or the next $100 collection. Once we reach that point, it will go to Rancho 3M, which is an orphanage and a Christian school near Guadalupe, Mexico, which is one of the poorest areas of the world I've ever been in. They are doing an excellent work there. I have been there, know these people well. Um, and I'm also matching 100% this month again to the Samaritan's Purse. We've been doing that for the Ukraine hospital that the hospital that's set up there on location to help people, or whatever natural disaster happens to be close to home here. So we've done that. And of course, this month is the Operation Christmas Child shoe boxes. If you guys have ever done that, when my kids were young, we would do that. We make hundreds of those things and send them off. We love doing it. Right now, this time in life, it's easier to write a check, and they can certainly use the money just as well as stuff. So anyway, I'll be matching 100% to Samaritan's Purse, probably as needed, however they need it the most. So anyway, thank you again for your kindness. Okay, so where are we? I don't want to get behind today. Thank you for your well wishes for Hannah, guys. That is so kind of you. Um, we just we've tested her for COVID twice. I don't have to explain anything. I understand that, but she's really showing a lot of signs of what I had when I had COVID. The tests are still coming back negative, but we're just pretending that that's what it is, but we don't know for sure. There's only like a million other things it could be. This time of the year, there is what do you call it? A flu epidemic going on in this area right now too. So it could be the flu. We just don't know. We're just gonna try to get our girl well and try to isolate it so we don't have it. Keep. Thank you, Hannah. Hannah says you just called a Grandma B your mom. Well, she is. She is in some way. She's my mother-in-law, but she's the only mom I got right now. So, now I'm gonna cry thinking of my mom. Okay, don't go there. Don't go there. Don't go there. Okay. But anyway, moving right along.
Um, we have Mandy from the UK in our chat. Hey Mandy, so glad that you're able to join us today. And and let's see, Audrey Ann, and we have Jan in the chat, Jan Slocum, and Stephanie, and MJB from Louisiana. Wow, we got a lot of Southerners in our chat. Oh, and we have Gail from Alaska. I bet you're cold, Gail. I thought about putting some crochet on here, but it's already in the 50s here, and it's a bit warm to me. Um, but I have been. Let me show you. I have my poncho here. I have been wearing the poncho out to the grocery store and doing my errands. This is poncho weather, guys. Yay! I love it. Let's see. We have Claudia from New York, and let's see. Ooh, got a bunch of comments. See Diane and Teresa and Angela. She says hi, Bonnie and everyone in the chat. She says she's doing fine today, drinking water, working on my third pair of slipper socks. How great. That reminds me, Angela, I do have a link in the video description for you guys if you're looking for, I don't have any examples to show you in the chat, but there's a list of 63 videos. About 58 of them are different designs that can be made quickly or in a shorter amount of time if you're looking for last minute gift giving ideas. So if that's you, check out that playlist after the live today, and all videos are up ready. These are videos that have been on my channel for a while, but things get lost because when you get hundreds of videos, things kind of get buried and you forget that they're there. So if you're looking for like last minute gifts that you can make in a couple hours or less, check out that playlist. And if you're looking for the left-handed version of any of those, when you go to my homepage, just put the same title in and put left-handed in front of that, and it should pop up for you. Okay, they're all there for right and left-handers. It's just the list has mostly just the right-handed versions on there, but I do have things for the lefties. Let's see. Oh, we have Claudia from New York, Diane. I'm trying to catch up. Where did okay? I left off there. We have Beth from a cold Northeast Ohio. Hey Beth, it's right. I met you. I know you. She says not much in the snow department yet. And Jacqueline says good morning from a chilly Los Angeles. Yeah, if Los Angeles is cold, whew, that we're all getting that cold, that air mass. I think it's coming down from. I'm gonna blame it on our Canadian friends. I'm just kidding. That mass coming down from way up north, pushing down. Yeah. So and let's see, Michelle from Montana. Hey Michelle, says 6 degrees Fahrenheit. Whew. Just a few minutes late today and have to leave early. Oh boy. Well, Michelle, thanks for joining us. Wow, 6 degrees. You stay warm, friend. And Gail says they're at 3 degrees up in Alaska. And Judy says, hello, I fell down my stairs and broke 3 ribs. Oh no. So I've missed you. She's from Brazelton, Georgia. Please pray for me. I have osteoporosis. All right, definitely, Judy. I will. Let me add you to the list right now. I have it up. Oop, that's the wrong place in the list. There we go. All right, you're added onto the list officially, Judy. So thank you. And Archer says cold and sort of snowing in Cleveland. Be careful, Terry. Yeah, thank you guys for taking care of her. Wow, I hope it's not too serious. Hope those ribs heal up very quickly. And Hannah's like saying, "Oh my gosh, Judy, you're doing worse than me." Boy, there's always something to be grateful for, I tell you. And Jan says, please pray for my friend's husband, Brian, having a biopsy in Chicago for an unknown mass in his brain. Oh my gosh, Jan, I am so sorry to hear that. Yeah, they are, gosh, just every day is a gift. I have to tell you,
when I was out at the grocery store this morning, for some reason I looked at the license plate on the back of my mother-in-law's car that I was driving, and I guess I've noticed that before, but on Money's South Carolina license plate, it has this little motto which is so touching. It says, "While I breathe, I hope." Isn't that beautiful? While I breathe, I hope. That is just so, so good. And just puts a smile on my face and gratefulness in my heart to read that. And I just need to do it. Um, let's see. Thank you guys, Wanda, for for praying for each other in the chat. That is real, guys. It really does do real things. So thank you so much for taking care of each other. And Charlene says, "Hello everyone. Cold and windy in Missouri. Nothing better than a hot cup of tea." Watching my oh, I didn't see where that was going. Thank you, Charlene. Yeah, bless you. Gosh, that is so kind of you. Yeah, we have Gail. She's wishing everybody a blessed Thanksgiving, and Beth. Yeah, thank you for taking care of Judy there, and Wanda, Archer, Nace, all you guys. Um, and Judy's wondering how. Yes, Hannah. Yeah, we have missed you too. Just wondering how we're doing. We're hanging in there, Judy. Taking one day at a time, and it's been a fun week. Um, yeah. Uh, And Terry Redmond says, "Good morning, Bonnie and Hannah. Hope pray all is well. It's sunshiny here. We have so much to be thankful for. Yes, we do. I am going to try to work up a blog post about Thanksgiving. I have like so ignored my blog for like it seems like this entire year. It's just been I just haven't been as diligent or faithful in that area, in order to be faithful in others. So I'm not worried about that, but I do need to get down to making another list for this year because we have so many great things have happened this year, and I can't even talk about it or think about it too much because it'll make me cry with gratitude, and I want to show you some other things and not just cry. So. um, We have Marcia from Massachusetts. Oh, thank you. She says, "Welcome home." Um, Thank you, Marcia. I was glad to be back in the States, even though I was home for just a little while. I'm going to be in South Carolina for about a month or so, or at least through the holidays, probably more like six weeks or so. And you know how challenging it is to pack all the yarn you're going to need for 6 weeks, not knowing what you're going to come up with. Oh, it's fun. I did have a lot of yarn already set aside waiting to be just packed that I knew that I was going to be working on, but like this one. I'm not going to show you too much of that, but I will disclose to you guys because you guys are my friends. Um I am working on one of the designs from the Erin Afghan's publication. That's a Leisure Arts publication. It was published back in 2009. It was my very first publication, like ever. Um, and so I am working on one of those, and I'm trying to make sure the pamphlets, the physical books, are not yet available on Amazon, but we're working to try to make sure that they are by the time this particular video tutorials released. But I think you're gonna like this one. This is one of the first ones that I think one of the first ones. Yeah. Anyway, first writing attempt and all that. So it's a little quirky going back over the way I used to do things, 12, 14 years ago. And it is in print, so I'm following it to the T. So anyway, it's interesting. I've already made mistakes because I do things differently now, but I am following my old writing to the T, and I'm hoping you really like this one. And for those of you who already have that leaflet, maybe this will help if you've ever been stuck on this particular. I'll tell you, I'm doing the winter white one, so just to let you know, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying not having to write everything down. That's what I'm enjoying about doing it this way is I just have to read and record. I don't have to write anything. So it's a little bit less of a burden for me, especially during the holidays because things are going to be busy. Hey, we have, let's see, Pat from Vancouver Island, Canada. She says it's sunny. Ah, hold on a second. It just jumped on me. I am going so slow. Hold on, guys. Ugh. Okay, here I found it again. Pat from Vancouver Island, Canada. It's sunny but chilly. Oh, thank you for your kind comment there, Pat. That I so appreciate that. And Tammy from Oregon. And let's see, yeah, Najla. Hey, how are you doing? So good to see you in the chat. And Nancy Brewer. Oh, thank you. She says she likes the vacation video. I tell you what, Nancy, that was just the crochet. I'm thinking I may put some more vacation videos um, on other subjects. I really want to put one together for the time that we were in Israel, and also kind of covering kind of Paul's missionary journey. I'm going to put something together. I may put it on my other channel, my Sapphire Freeway channel, because it would be a better fit. But if I do that, I will let you guys know. I haven't done any of that yet. I've got a lot of work to do with that. But I can keep you entertained for hours if I put all my pictures together. We probably took a few thousand photos. So, and I've whittled them down a bit. So, but thank you. I had so much fun putting the crochet thing together for you guys, for me, just to see that. Coming, here we go. Oh, thank you. Great, Marcy, I'm glad you got your books. And Denise is in the chat, and Marcia, is it Marcia or Marcia? I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Yeah, she says Operation Christmas Child is wonderful. Yeah, it's such a great ministry, and we've been doing that for so many years. It was just so much fun with our kids. We used to put boxes together like crazy. We have Mandy. Let's see. Is it Burned, if I'm saying that right, from Belgium? Wow. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, but I'm assuming there's grace there. And we have Diane, says cold and windy here in New Jersey. And we have Lulu's Treasure Trove. Hey, that's a cool name. And Marcia says, Massachusetts checking in. It's a bit nippy out. Oh, I know Massachusetts. I lived there for a year. That was my honeymoon year back in 1988 and through 89. Lived in Andover, Massachusetts, just south of the New Hampshire-Massachusetts line. Wonderfully cold at this time of the year. Thank you for your well wishes for Hannah Ann and Stephanie. She says, I was looking up one of your patterns from YouTube and tried to purchase, but I think Love Crafts was down or maybe not available anymore. Stephanie, if you can just contact me at bonniebay@me.com. My email is in the video description below. Just contact me and let me know which one you're looking for. It may just be, we can work it out. See, I can try to help you with that. Or it may be one that was published in a magazine and the pattern's available somewhere else. Hey, Lynn, thank you so much, Lynn, for your sweet gift that you sent last week. I still haven't gotten a card in the mail to you about that. She's wishing everybody, good morning. I'm grateful, yes, for the Lord Jesus Christ today for his snow, brand new season. Absolutely. And see, we have Kelly Miller in the chat, and Najla says, hello, so happy to catch up. I posted my last shawl, and everyone was so excited to ask me, I guess, a tutorial. I answered they must look on your channel. Okay, yes, thanks, yes. Oh, thank you, Tammy. She says, love that you have lefty videos. Absolutely, absolutely. You guys are the only people in your right mind, right? That's the joke, because the rest of us are in our left brain. And thank you, Tracy. Yeah, you're so sweet talking to Lynn. And Angela from Columbus, Georgia. She says, and it's 51 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, wow. Columbus. I have to look up and find out where that is. I've got a lot of family in Georgia right now. And Stephanie says it's cold in Texas too. It's way too early for us down here. Let's hope our power grid holds up this year. I hope so too. And Love to Craft says it's chilly in Southern California as well. And Kelly Miller says about praying for Buffalo. They have a major lake effect going on onto our winter storm watch in Northeast Ohio for 6 inches or more, but nothing like Buffalo. Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, but people in Buffalo, they're hardy people too. They know how to deal with that. But yeah, that's a pretty big deal. Um, and Terry Redmond says, Hannah praying for complete recovery for grandma. Okay. Yeah, thank you. We have Bonnie L. From a chilly white Niagara Falls, New York. Ooh, I bet you guys are cold. And Sandra from Chicago. And we have Monica in the chat. And yeah, thank you guys for your well wishes for Hannah. And let's see, am I losing my way here again? Yeah, thank you guys for wishing Hannah well. Yeah, yeah, and you're right, Hannah. Yeah, Grandma is fine. It's Hannah who's actually sick. That is right. Um, we have Sandra from Chicago, and let's see. I'm trying to not get lost here. Um, and let's see. Denise says it's cold in Wiltshire today, and Sandra says it's freezing in Chicago. Jan responding to somebody sounds like an excuse to go shopping. I'm not sure who you're talking to, Jan, but absolutely anything is an excuse to go shopping. Okay, the wheat cabled scarf. I'll check into that, Stephanie. I'm not sure why you couldn't buy that one. Let me put a note to check on this. Come on, computer. Why don't you go where I ask you to when I ask you to? Okay. Okay, it has been noted, and I'll try to check on that. It may be maybe just a glitch or something. And Anne says, I have so much yarn and not enough hands. Oh, I totally get that. Totally get that. Well, let me see. Let me go ahead and take a pause here. And wanted to say, I'm sorry I had to discontinue offering, not discontinue, but kind of put a pause on my Etsy books. They're not these are the ones that I send out with the signature. I can consign them and personalize them for you. I had to leave suddenly, so I wasn't able to keep them there until the 18th. But I hadn't heard from anybody yet. But if there's a book that you absolutely want to get from me in the next week or so, if you could email me, bonniebay@me.com, because they're not on my Etsy page. I take them down when I'm traveling because it's just too much to carry back and forth, especially during the holidays. But if there's something special you wanted to purchase from me, please let me know this afternoon, and I can let my husband, pick through and bring me some samples when he comes down tomorrow. And I can be prepared to ship some of those out. But I just can't take the entire library with me when I travel anymore. It's just too much. But email me and I'll be sure to have that available, and we can work something out. But other than that, the physical books will be available again in my Etsy store after the first of the year for purchase. If you are looking to buy them from Amazon, of course, all those are from Amazon, Amazon, Barnes and Noble, wherever they carry, books. you should be able to get them there as well. So sorry for that inconvenience. It's just travel emergency this week came up, and just just rolling with the punches. Um, so anyway, I do have some things to show you guys. Not a whole lot to show you today, but I will say I showed this to you last week. This is the Tyrian shoulder wrap. I'll show it to you like this without putting it on, but you can wear it. It's a nice wrap. It features a nice wheat cable all the way around that goes around the shoulders. And if you don't want to wear it as a shoulder wrap, you can also wear it as a nice, well, I'll go ahead and put it on. It's just a little warm here. You can also wear it as a nice cowl. And you can use any yarn you want. The yarn that I used, the yarn will be, the information will be with the video description upon release. But it's the same gal who dyed the yarn for the Eileen scarf. That was such a nice yarn. And this is 50% merino wool and 50% silk. So a very nice, kind of a special treat for people who can really appreciate fine fibers. I also didn't even know that the Maryland Alpaca Fiber Festival happened last weekend. I didn't even know about it. It popped up in my email like Friday evening. And I'm like, oh, I didn't even know that was going on. Or I would have told you about it last week. But I do have some fun finds. I'm really excited about this yarn. It's called Cozy Colorworks. And the, it's cozycolorworks.com. This is like a double hank of yarn. And I'm going to make something very special with this that I've never done before. And I'm really looking forward to show. I'm really excited about this design that I'm going to do with it. I can't explain it just yet, but it's going to be a fun thing. You're going to be very interested in this. I've never seen anything like this. And I know the colors are crazy. She has a lot of other really more reasonable colors, but I like things that kind of pop, especially on YouTube. But I also like the pinks and the greens. So really excited about this. This is 1,100 yards of superwash merino. And I also saw this. I guess I was in a crazy mood when I was there. This is by 29 Bridges Studio. I got one of these that I was going to combine with a solid color in here and alternate, the crazy color with the solid on a design. And I did, it was an alpaca festival. Yes, I got to feed an alpaca for the first time in my life. And I also got some Greenfield Acres Farm. This is 100% alpaca. I needed some extra to go with some other alpaca yarn that I bought years ago, and I didn't have quite enough, so I bought a contrasting color to alternate with this project. So I'm really excited about it. And after we nailed down the color I wanted to get, and the lady looked at this and said, oh, look, the name of the alpaca this came from was Bonnie. So I got an alpaca with the same name, got some of their yarn. So anyway, so looking forward to using this during the holidays and seeing what I can come up with. I've got other yarn too, don't worry. Lots of stuff available around here. I packed a lot. I probably packed as much yarn as I did clothing, but I'm not telling you guys anything new. You know what that's like. So let's see what else I just want to go ahead and just continue on visiting with you guys. Soft Threads is in the chat. Hey, Soft Threads, thank you for being with us. And Lashira Crochet, what a beautiful name, Lashira. And I just got a bunch more. Thought I was making progress, but hold on a second. Just lost my place. Give me a second. Ooh, okay. Oh, thank you, Soft Threads, for your kind comments. I really, really appreciate that. And Nancy Steele says it's chilly in Kansas. And Pat Dancer, she says, good to see you after your trip around the world. Hope you had a wonderful time. Oh, Pat, it was amazing. It was amazing. It was exhausting at times. I really looked forward to down days on the ship where we didn't go in. Well, we were traveling on the ship, but we didn't have to get off the ship to do any walking. But I loved, yeah, it was a really nice balance of resting and working and touring, and learn so much. It was just a great time to be around, to be to be able to go out. Um, Thank you, Hannah, for clarifying about what you do there. And Sandra says, same here, and I have lots of yarn. Talking about yarn. Um, oh, thank you, Lashira. Yeah, this is she says, love your shawl on the chair. Yeah, this is a poncho that I love to wear. It's just a little warm right now indoors, and I used just to let you guys know, I used the Barocco Vintage, which is 50% acrylic, 50% merino wool. It's a really wonderful blend. Um, it's a little more upscale than just pure acrylic, and it has a nicer drape to it with the merino wool. But nice blend. I could make a lot of things just with that yarn. It's also economically priced as well. Okay. So Michelle wants to know, what is the name of your ball winder and swifter? Good question, Michelle. Um, Hannah, I'm so sorry. I'm looking at your thing here. Um, my ball winder and swifter. I use, I think it's a Stan. Is it Stanwood? Stanwood or Stanwick? I think Stanwood ball winder. It's the large ball winder. It's bigger, more expensive than those little tiny ones that you can get for $20, but believe me, it's incredibly durable. And I've been using it for so many years. I bought it, I guess it's going on 10 years old. I mean, I've had it a long time. And I bought a table, one that sits on the table, a new Swift that it's my favorite. It's made by the Oregon woodworker. That's the name of the man who handmade this. You set it on your tabletop, and you can wind. You don't have to attach it to anything. Now I have another one, an umbrella style that I got from Knit Picks, and I think there's a link to that in the video description below. I think there's a link to both of those in my video description. There should be. Um, and the umbrella one is fine. It functions. It works great. If you have yarn that gets a little bit tangly, it can be challenging. So I'm just saying, after having the type that I have that sits on the tabletop is more the kind of a shaker version. Um, and if you go to the Oregon Woodworkers, I think there's a link for that too. If not, you can email me and I can send it to you. Or you can just look up the Oregon Woodworker. Um, I like that. I prefer that better, especially if the yarn gets a little bit tangled. It's easier to deal with. Whereas at the umbrella one, you have the stick in the middle, and it tends to wrap and wrap and wrap, and it tests your patience a little bit more, let's just say. But the Stanwood, I think it's Stanwood ball winder is I just highly recommend that. I'm not getting paid by anybody to give you my preferences. These are just things that I bought personally. I do have an affiliate link for that Stanwood thing in the video description, but again, nobody pays me to endorse them. I don't accept money in that way, because I like to keep my voice to know, if I like something, I want to be able to say I like it, and if I don't like it, I will let you know I don't like it. I just like to be able to be honest, because that's just the way I roll, and I want people to be honest with me. Nicely honest, Okay. So Dawn with Erin Handmade Creations with all love. Hi Bonnie, I wanted to say absolutely love the patterns. I've made a shawl and a few other things. Thank you for the wonderful and easy to follow tutorials. Thank you, Dawn. My pleasure. I'm so glad you guys are enjoying those. I so appreciate that. Thank you for that encouragement. We work hard. I try to work hard to do the very best we can. Sometimes mistakes go out, and but we do our best here to try to correct where we can and to make amends. We haven't shaken being human quite yet. We're working on that one, but we still every so often the human nature, the human creeps up into the work, but we try to fix that where we can. Um, oh, thank you, Wanda. She said would love to hear more of the trip. I'm going to try to work on that video for the Sapphire Freeway channel. I haven't added anything to that channel in well over a year. So I'm long overdue on adding this. My music channel, it's a very baby in an infancy stage, but I think that would be a better fit for what I wanted to say in the video about Paul's journeys. Uh, oh, great, Jan! She got her book yesterday. Yay! She's making the long hat for my niece. Thank you for supporting me there. And for those of you looking for maybe Christmas gifts for friends who may have expressed interest, or maybe here you go, people who say, "Oh, will you make that for me?" What you can do is you can give them a copy of my beginning book, Bonnie's Book of Beginning Crochet, and say, "No, here, check out the videos. Here's the pattern. You can make it." And I don't have a copy of it with me to show you. I'll have some maybe next week. But check it out. It's full of 18 different patterns, but a lot of preliminary, not a lot, but just enough preliminary material to get anybody who's never picked up a hook started on the craft. So I have Stacy Richards. She says, "Thank you. I received my book from you for being a winner. Can't wait to get started." Oh, great! I think that the winning at the fair. I do have a book on that for those of you who want to work towards next year's fair projects. County fair, state fair entries. It's never too late to do that. Wow. Love to Craft says in 1988, it was towards the end of my senior year in high school. That's the year I graduated. Ah, congratulations. So I got a few years on you then. And Jan says starting the easy bobble shawl scarf for the third time. Wow, is that the third scarf, or I hope you're enjoying that one. I hope it's not having to redo, Jan. Okay, Nancy says it's 37 here, which is weird because we've had balmy weather for the last 3 or 4 years. Yep, weather is constantly changing. Yeah, thanks, Nancy. Yeah, Hannah's we still have Hannah in isolation, just in case it may be. We don't know that she's tested negative for COVID, but just in case, because sometimes you can test negatively and still have it. So we're just being very, very careful. Yeah, Hannah says, been sick since Tuesday, I believe. Yeah, actually, I think it's Monday, Hannah. You are very sick. You were not doing well Sunday, and Monday was when you were not doing well. And then Tuesday we got the SOS call, and so I packed the car and headed south. Yeah, Chelsea in the chat. Hey, Chelsea, welcome to our channel, and Angie, and let's see. And Jan says, have all your supplies since being at home. Yeah, you're home away from home. Yeah, um, see that what happens now if I don't have something I need, Jan, I have an excuse to go to Hobby Lobby, which we don't have or near me in Maryland. So if I don't have something, well, oh darn, got to go to Hobby Lobby, or I have to go to the Knit and Purl, which is um, the local yarn store here, the boutique style store here in Myrtle Beach. And just to let you guys know, she is going to be moving her store. I believe it's after Thanksgiving. So if you are a fan and a shopper at Knit and Purl here in Myrtle Beach, just know that she's going to be moving. So check her website, before embarking on a trip to the store. She's going to be moving, I believe, to Sunrise or somewhere in a different place. It's one of those things where they raise the rent a lot, and I don't know why people do that. They chase away great tenants. But anyway, but she's going to be moving to a different location, and I'm looking forward to that. And if I have a chance, I may be in touch with her and see if I can help her, since I have experience moving yarn stores with my friend at So Original in Columbia, Maryland. So we'll see. Uh, oh wow. Okay, so Lulu's Treasure Trove. Okay, so you have a channel. I'm gonna have to check that out, Lulu. Once I get off today, I think I have seen that. I just need to check that out. And Nancy Brewer says, I purchased a sweater pattern for my grandson from an Etsy seller, not me, that's good, and couldn't do it no matter how many times I tried. I looked at your cable patterns and they were doable. Yay. Well, thank you. And Nancy, I would just encourage you to, just start up a cordial conversation with that Etsy seller and see if they have any suggestions for you, or support. That's what I would encourage, because I get people contacting me sometimes really frustrated because they can't do something. And I'm not saying this about you, but sometimes people, they think, okay, they say, okay, I've been crocheting for a million years, so why can't I do this? And it's just maybe a different skill set, or they just need to see some videos or something like that. But I would just encourage you to, and I know you're nice, but I've gotten some letters recently. I won't go into the details, but they start by slapping you in the face with their words, and then they want you to help them. And so generally when that happens, I set it aside for a couple days and think about it, and then go back to it, since I'm, anyway, you know what I'm saying. And with the internet, I have the liberty to be able to do that. But if you just approach them nicely and just see, and it could be errors. I mean, I have made errors more times than I want to admit to, but I do admit to them. And when people do point that out, I try to do everything I can to make it better, correct it, and then let people know. I've made entire video series to correct errors in my work that really wasn't my fault, but nonetheless, I felt responsibility to make it right. So reach out to them. They may need to just change something in the written pattern, or maybe they have a video or a resource, like I say, that they can point you to and get you on the right track. But I'm glad you found mine okay. And if you ever have issues, like I tell people, come to me first, before you go to those evil toxic chat rooms online. Come to me first, and I'll see what we can do, and try to make it right. And then after that, whatever. Um, yeah. Yes, Hannah. Yeah, I'm reading your comment here. Yeah, you're right, Hannah. So let me get back to the chat here. Nancy says, I'm loving the purple and the cables. Yeah, I picked that color yarn. I realized too, it's a little on the darker. She's talking about this, the Tyrian. Yeah, it is a darker color. There's a lot going on with the colorway. I realize that, but I like the subtleness of it too. It's not, the cable doesn't stand out brilliantly, but I kind of like that sometimes. It's subtle. It's something you have to look for, and it's subtle. But I think in lighter colors, the cable would definitely stand out a little bit better. So it's just fun to do something besides the air and color every so often. Lulu's Treasure Trove says, this is Cindy from Arkansas. It is 41 degrees here right now, mostly cloudy outside right now. It says you may want to go to a doctor. Yeah, new strain attacking sinuses. Yeah, we're doing what we can, Cindy. We're basically doing what a doctor would do, and keeping checking on the pulse ox and decongestant, and doing all that we can. But we're keeping an eye on things. If things That's what the pulse ox thing is for. If that starts to decline, we will be on our way to the ER. But so far so good. We're doing well. She's feeling better, so that's good. Um, and let's see. Yes, Lulu says Lulu's treasure trove says those colors look amazing together. Huge Hank. Yes, this Hank is designed, is dyed. I'm going to be doing something. I won't get down to all the details yet, but it's designed this way in particular. So a big part of it is just pink, 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 and then just a little bit of the big loop when you undo this is the color changes, and it's for a reason, and it's designed so that you can make one nice shawl or large project out of this, and just think, no knots to hide, none. I mean, just two strands to hide when you're done. The one you started and the one you end with. So I'm looking forward to that. Um, Especially now since I'm working on a project with 14 balls of yarn. So that's going to be fun. Um, yeah, Hannah's saying, yeah, she needs to just drink fluids and get some rest. Um, Michelle likes it. And so does Erica. Thank you guys for affirming my color choice. I just want something that's going to really stand out and pop. I mean, I know I like to wear a lot of kind of boring, natural, neutral kind of colors, but once in a while, it's fun to just, you know, go a little crazy and just have fun with it. Because I guess too, it's not just wearing it. It's not just the final project. It's not just like the destination. It's the journey getting there, and when you're working with yarns like this, I mean, for many hours, I mean, just the pleasure that you get and the delight of the eyes, of just seeing these colors while you work, it to me is every bit as enjoyable as completing something. So that's part of the mindset too. Um, Thank you guys, and let's see. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not leaving anybody out. I'm gonna let you all have your conversations. Um, okay. Okay, so Nancy said you did ask if there were YouTube videos or some help and got no reply. That's too bad, Nancy. Yeah, that's too bad. I know. Um, give her some time. I know what it's like to try to get answers from somewhere and not get it. If you guys ever try contacting me, in particular through the YouTube channel for answers, for some reason sometimes I all of the um, don't get all the questions from there, but you can always contact me, bonniebay@me.com. I answer all email eventually. I mean, I try to be prompt on that. Of course, weekends, Saturday, Sunday, I have to force myself to not do it because I feel like for everybody's sake, we need a break. So if you contact me on the weekend, you'll probably get a reply on Monday morning. And especially on Sundays, I have to really push it aside because I really need to focus on resting and worship, and just I love what I do so much. I can do it all the time, and even on vacation. I had to push it aside because I wanted to just chat with you guys, and it's like, no, I have to put this down, and due to an intermittent internet, it kind of weaned me of my phone and my computer. I didn't open my computer but maybe 3 times, and really couldn't do any work on it the entire month I was gone, and it was a great break. I think my husband planned it that way to get me away from work for a while. But I say the word work, but it's really play. There is some work involved, as you can imagine, with writing and sometimes dealing with people who are not real pleasant. But that's like this much of what I do. But the rest of it is just a joyful experience. So, but I do have to. Anyway, all that to say is give them time to respond, and if they don't respond again, bug them again. Just keep bugging them. They may not have their notifications turned on or fed into their email. I don't know what's going on there, but I hope you do get a response. Because I know what it's like. You find a design that you want to do, and I get that. Let's see. Tracy said that brown goes very well with an aqua blue. Yeah, it might. Look, actually, now that you say that, let me show you what I bought. I mean, I'll show you the yarn that I've had in my stash for a couple of years, and I just don't have quite enough of it. And this is amazing. Oh, this is amazing stuff. This is pure alpaca, and it's a beautiful color. I have two of these, and I have just enough to almost make a project. Like I'm thinking of a poncho, and so what I'm thinking, I wanted something that would complement this. So I thought these two colors together. I didn't have this with me, but I knew the color. It's like a camel color. And I thought this dark color would be great, like for trim along the bottom or a collar, or just to kind of fill in when I run short on this particular yarn. So, and this is not something that I can like tell you where to buy the yarn, because this is buying these alpaca uh, right from the farm. So it's not like buying it from a company. Well, it's a small company, you know what I'm saying, small business. But for example, this is all that's left of this exact color. It's 100% natural. It's not dyed. This is just the color of the animal. So there was a lot of stuff like that at the festival. And so so if I do make something with this, I don't know if I'm gonna do a video or not. I might, and just recommend other yarn substitutes. We'll see what I'll do. I'm making this up as I go, in case you haven't figured it out. And Michelle says her neighbor has 3 alpacas. If I learned to spin, I could buy wool from her. Huh, that's an idea, Michelle. And you know what you could also do is they have a lot of these beautiful drop spindles. I even showed some of these in my vacation video that I posted on Monday. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, on my channel, if you go to my home page, there's a video. It's about 15 minutes long, and it's called Crochet in the Mediterranean and Beyond. I just got back like the first week in November from traveling. It was a cruise, and it's as well as a land journey. But it was primarily in the Mediterranean, leaving Rome, and the southernmost point was at Ashdod, and into Jerusalem, Israel, and we stopped at many places in Greece, Turkey, Cyprus, and we spent some time driving in Italy, and to several places in Italy, and Austria, Germany, and even San Marino, which is another country that's landlocked inside of Italy, as well as oh, come on, brain. Anyway, the Vatican. I was trying to think of the Vatican. So we visited 10 different countries during the 3.5 weeks we were gone. And I was specifically targeted. I mean, I took all pictures of all kinds of things, but I particularly was on the lookout as I was traveling for crochet and where it showed up. And I made a video of just primarily the crochet that I saw in these different parts of the world. And it was just really fun. It was just amazing, just to see it, and just to see how it looked like things that we love and enjoy. I mean, we're very different in some ways from country to country, but at the same time, we're very similar. I mean, there's so much more we have in common. So if you want to check that out, it's on my homepage, and you can, let me know what you think, and I'll see if I can put some more up, and I'll let you know as I get time to do those going forward. Jan says, I'm going on a cruise in February to Mexico. Going to look for yarn. Yay. They have a lot of nice cotton and nylon kind of stuff down there. There's a major company, is it Omega? Or something like that. They make some of the best nylon fiber that you make bags out of. A lot of that comes out of Mexico. I'm sure they'll have other kinds too. Jan, I would love to see what you find. Um, I just love shopping. The times that I've been in Mexico, it's been a long time. It's been last time I was there was 2006, and that was really working at the orphanage. Um, and the other time before that was 1980. So it's been a while. But I remember as a high school student going to the markets in Mexico was amazing. It was just so much fun. We were there in Mexico City. But if you're taking a cruise, you probably won't be that far inland, I'm guessing. But anyway, um, I'm glad you guys like these colors. Let's see. I'm gonna try to get to as many comments. Oh, it's 1 o'clock already. I am gonna read through this towards the end, but thank you so much for posting. I'm gonna see make sure I didn't miss anybody here. Brad's mom says, I don't travel often, but even for a visit with friends, I probably bring more yarn than I actually need, just in case I don't want to run out. I understand that. Yeah, I would much rather have to go out to Walmart and buy some shirts or underwear or something than to be without yarn. I so get that. We are a special breed. That's all I'll say. But we understand each other, so we're good. Um, let's see. I'm trying to just hit see if there's anybody I didn't say get. Oh, Julie Nicholson says I get to travel to London with my singing group next June. Need the scoop on shopping for yarn there. Yes, Julie, there is a place. Look it up. It's called the London Loop. You can get there using the tube. The London Loop. It's a small store, but they have beautiful stuff there. I'm just thinking as soon as I said that, I still have yarn in my stash, enough for projects from that store. I just haven't gotten to it yet because I've been so busy with these other ideas for you guys. But the London Loop, Loop, look it up. I hope they survived the pandemic. They should have. It's the main place that I found while there. I don't think it's that far from Abbey Road Studios, but I could be wrong. I just remember the day that we went to Abbey Road Studios where the Beatles recorded, um, and some of my other favorite artists. But it's not too far from there. But it's all accessible using the public transportation. And there's a really cool thrift store right across the street from there. Uh, Yeah, Julie, please post more about that singing group. I would love to hear more about that too. Lulu's Treasures Trove was asking about it. Oh, Swati, it's so good to see you. She says, better late than never. So glad you're in the chat. I'm about to finish up here. I just want to make sure there's no other questions I need to address. Oh, thank you, Bonnie L. She said that she ordered one of those Swifts after seeing it on one of my videos. It's beautifully made. Yeah, I love it. I wished I'd brought it with me. I had it on my mental list to pack it and bring it in the car, but I forgot. And since my husband's driving the Miata down, he's not going to have any room for it in there. So I'm just going to have to wind it the old style, and I'm going to enjoy doing that. It's going to take me a while, but I'll enjoy doing that. It'll be okay. Um, and yes, Julie, you're welcome. The London Loop. Um, Oh, thank you, Lulu's Treasure, about the colors on the side here. Yeah, that was fun to make. Just to make sure there's anything else. Okay. Okay, thank you for the information, Julie, there. I see it in the chat about your group there. Um, and Swati, I'm getting updated here. Recently saw a neurologist and will need to go to a specialist now too. Experiencing some sort of a muscular disorder that is degenerative. That's not good. Swati, we will just have to keep you in mind in our prayers. Wow, I'm so sorry to hear about that. Um, I know you've been waiting for a long time to crochet. Just as long as I can still crochet, I'll be fine in the end. Yeah. Wow. Oh wow. So Judy likes the tutorial spring lace and cable throw. So has blessed me in giving one to three loved ones, and I'm working on my fourth. Wow, for my daughter. I've almost memorized it, which is a miracle. Well, I've only done one, Judy, so you know this pattern better than I do. Wow. Um, yeah, Lynn says they don't have a Hobby Lobby there in Chicago. It's too bad. It's a great store, by the way. And I love the way they treat their employees. They take care of their employees. They pay them much better than other stores whose names I won't mention. And they have Sundays off. So they're very, I just find that people are just happier there when I go. And the store is super clean whenever I go to the one at Myrtle Beach. Um, Najla, thank you for your Thanksgiving wishes there. She says, love this time cause trees are golden, red, brown, and so lightly in France. We've never had a tornado, but two in 1 year. The weather is changing. Take care. Yeah, well, wow. Well, take care. Absolutely. And, well, let me see, just real quick, if there's anybody I haven't been able to say hey to. Um, oh, Mrs. Debbie LW. She says, hi Bonnie, I'm making your Christmas tree skirt. Was wondering how long it took you to make yours. Ah, that's a big project. It's more like when you do that Aaron Christmas tree skirt, it's kind of like you have to have the mindset of making an Afghan. It's larger than meets the eye because it's going around in a big circumference. I'm guessing I really can't give you a specific amount of time, but I'm guessing total maybe 40 to 50 hours of crocheting time. That would probably be my estimate on that. I remember I had to order additional yarn because I even underestimated the amount of time and materials would be needed um, for that. So, yeah, sorry I can't be more specific on that one. Tammy says, if I worked for Hobby Lobby, I'd be broke all the time. Love all their stuff. Oh, I know. I can walk into that store and just the decor they have there is so beautiful. And I didn't even, let's say I don't even go in to look at their decor, but something will tempt me every time. The one thing that has saved me was driving a two-seater car because I wouldn't be able to get the stands and the tables and the things that I love in Hobby Lobby. I can't fit them in the car to get them home, so it's prevented me from getting stuff there. But yes, I would be broke if I worked there. Yeah, Wanda says hers is 45 minutes away. It's about 45 minutes away from me here too, but it's a beautiful drive through the country to get there, and I love it. Well, if I have neglected anybody's questions, I apologize. I do need to release Hannah from this, and I need to go get some food, but I do want to read something to you. Um, I You're gonna laugh at me. I left my Bible and my study book at home on the living room table. And I thought of all things to forget. But thankfully, wherever you have a home in South Carolina, you've got lots of Bibles. So borrowed one of Mrs. Barker's Bibles here and been reading through it and just parts here and there. And I love the Psalms, as you all well know. Or maybe you don't know, but I love the Psalms. And I thought, let's just check out Psalm 90. And I read two verses, and it's like, I wanted to share this with you guys, especially coming upon Thanksgiving. There's always reasons to choose to not be thankful. And we can always find that. I remember hearing, that, Abraham Lincoln said that, if you look for the bad, you will find it. But if you look for the good, this is the good news. If you look for the good, you can find it too. And generally speaking, the good is so much more overwhelming than the bad. Um, Even if the news doesn't report on it, because as you know, bad news doesn't sell. They need to sell commercials and stuff. Well, good news is so much better. And I'm going to read you some from the good news. This is two verses of Psalm 90, verses 1 and 2. This is a prayer of Moses, the man of God. And And it says, Lord, you have been our dwelling place throughout all generations. Before the mountains were born, or you brought forth the earth and the world, from everlasting to everlasting, you are God. So I'm going to leave that with you. Wish you all a most blessed Thanksgiving. Even if you don't celebrate it like we do here in the U.S., I wish you a thankful week. And hopefully we'll see you next Friday. God bless. Bye-bye.